Ian Lee joins me now, Associate Professor in the Sprott School of Business at Carleton University. Ian, great to see you here on this Saturday morning.
My pleasure, Angie.
A lot of numbers swirling around here, and that budget just being tabled on Tuesday. Your sense here, we've got minimum wage that's rising, not for everybody, but sort of within those specific government sectors, so affecting about 26,000 Canadians. But we also got a rise in alcohol, 2% tax there, and the carbon tax.
Angie, let's speak truth to power. Taxes increase directly or indirectly the cost of the goods or services being sold to Canadians. Let me be even more blunt. This is inflationary. Now, the elected officials, whether at the national level or the provincial level, can say, no, look, we're doing this for a good reason. We have good motives. And that may be. I'm not questioning their motives. I'm talking about the consequences or the outcome, not their psychological motives or intent. And these price increases at a time when inflation is far beyond the 2% target of the Bank of Canada are not going to help putting that inflation genie back in the bottle. And so that's the takeaway. And again, government can say, well, we need the money. Okay, fair enough. But let's call it what it is. This is going to exacerbate inflation in Canada.
Could the government have balanced it out better and say, for example, okay, well, we know we've talked about the carbon tax rising. That's something that we needed to do. We know that the alcohol tax, rather than going from 6.3%, it's now 2%. So we've helped you out there. But in that budget that was presented on Tuesday, could they have balanced it out to say, with this, we need to get the money from here, but on this side here to balance things out, we're going to provide more support for Canadians. There is the grocery rebate, but some have argued that's not going to be enough.
Angie, I've been arguing this for years. And in fact, if I can point to the source of such a claim, of the idea that if you announce new spending, whether federal or provincial, then it should be offset by reductions in spending somewhere else in the budget. It was none other than Jimmy Carter, who, as the governor of Georgia before he became the president of the United States, really promoted this idea of it was called zero-based budgeting. And I'm not going to get into the acronyms, it was just the idea that if you're going to announce new spending, which is perfectly legitimate for a government to do, they're elected to achieve their promises. So if you announce $50 billion in new spending, you say, okay, we're going to fund it, not with deficit financing, which is inflationary. It's speeding up or heating up the economy with deficit financing. We're going to sterilize, is the technical term, the 50 billion or whatever of increase in spending by offsetting it with reductions somewhere else. And remember, the government of Canada only 3 years ago was spending 300 billion. Today it's spending 400 billion. So I don't think people can argue that there's no wiggle room in a budget that's approaching $500 billion.
What are you foreseeing then as we try to navigate at least through this year, how the effect is going to be on Canadians?
Well, I want to just, to your question, but I want to bring it down to small business because this is something that worries me, and it doesn't seem that anybody's talking about this. And I'm talking about the minimum wage increases. It's been put forward by many people that it's an anti-poverty measure. And yet when you look at the hard evidence-based data, I mean, that claim isn't supported because less than 10% of people who are on minimum wage are in poverty. The problem that we're not talking about is that this is really putting costs on small business, who are the backbone of employment in this country. There's 2/3 of all the jobs in the private sector. And we have today in Canada, per StatsCan, 2.6 million entrepreneurs. Only 3 years ago, we had 2.8 million entrepreneurs. In other words, our small businesses some of them are going out of business. And at the margin, I'm worried that they cannot afford these expenses because small business works very close. They have very small margins, profit margins to start with. They're not well capitalized like large firms. Large firms can bear the burden of a larger minimum wage. Small businesses have a much more difficult time.
Which spells into, of course, when we're looking at how the economy is performing and whatnot, we don't realize it because as you say, we don't talk about it enough, but there's a lot of lean on those small businesses to help boost things. Without that support, then I think from what I'm hearing, what you're saying, we're going to continue to see that domino effect until it's fixed.
Exactly. That's my worry. And as I said, it employs. It's stunning. There's 20 million, not quite 20 million Canadians employed in Canada. 15 million are in the private sector.
Right.
Two-thirds of that 15 million are in small business. So these are not trivial numbers, and people should be worried about that. That these jobs what we're doing is giving almost an unfair advantage to large corporations because they can afford the minimum wage increase. Many small businesses can't. They're just hanging on by their fingernails, and we're going to lose more small businesses, and those jobs will vanish, which will drive those customers to shop at large companies, which I don't think was the intent of those who advocate increases in the minimum wage.
And that spiral continues. Ian, it's great to speak with you on this. We'll certainly be keeping a close eye. Ian Lee, Associate Professor in the Sprott School of Business at Carleton University. Again, appreciate this, Ian. Thank you.